Доброго ранку, шановні колеги.
Good morning, dear colleagues. We start our working day at Ukraine Crisis Media Center, and I give the floor to the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine spokesman, Lieutenant Oleksiy Chernobay. Good morning. Glad to see you all at our briefing. Yesterday, the government of Ukraine supported the proposal of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine concerning defense budget 2017. The financial resource will provide the opportunity to carry out tasks that are the responsibility of the armed forces of Ukraine and partly supply military equipment to the military units, and also to direct financial resources to restore the potential of the marine forces, special operation forces, also to renew firing grounds and repair military equipment, and also to continue reform in the defense sphere to transfer to NATO standards. From the start of ADO operation, armed forces of Ukraine increased their military capability. They introduced several important reforms in order to create high mobile, militarily capable army. Among the main tasks is the change of support system of the armed forces and the introduction of European standards and NATO standards. According to the budget 2017 or 2016, they envisaged about 6.5 billion hryvnias for military equipment. This increases 4 times of the financing of the 2014 and the 8 times the financing for 2013. Moreover, from the start of ATO, they deployed the system of technical support of the armed forces of Ukraine, and it allowed to restore 53,000 units of military equipment. Defense sphere production complex repaired and supplied to the military units more than 2,500 units of military equipment. That is times more than during previous years. Also, they brought to Ukrainian army 2,000 units of new and modernized samples of military equipment. Also, they carried out work to reform the system of logistics in the armed forces of Ukraine and also to meet NATO standards in the sphere. Due to international partners and advisors at the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine and armed forces and volunteers, they provide help in reforming logistics. Also, they introduced changes to the number of laws of Ukraine, Cabinet of Ministers provisions and the orders of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, and they developed main provisions of logistics for the armed forces of Ukraine. Also, in the system of close-in support, they provided 17 documents of NATO, 17 of which these are military standards. Also, the work is on the way to introduce the concept of the system of catering till 2020. And they improve the system of catering. They introduced the catalog of products that will provide the opportunity to improve the ration of all the categories of servicemen due to the improvement of the assortment and to efficiently use funds that are envisaged for buying food. Also, they developed new types of dry rations with increased assortment of food products. The experience of ATO showed that dry products that are used in the ration of the soldiers now do not meet the standards. That's why in the Ministry of Defense they elaborate technical conditions for the new types of rations, and this work will help to identify and to solve the problem how to provide servicemen with high quality food that is easily consumed. And also they continue to work on new rations, and till the end of this year they plan to elaborate and introduce special ration for special forces with lighted weight up to 600 grams. This is enough for providing food for up to 10 servicemen in the field conditions. Also, due to new technologies and the Retard packages, the ration will be ready for use. It will be lighter and higher quality and will be able to sustain physical influence. Also, by using flameless heaters, the servicemen will be able to prepare food for themselves, and also new rations were tested in 2 units in the ATO area while they were conducting some military duties. And also high mobile and landing troops assessed the qualities and nutritious qualities of these projects, and they said that they are really good. Now they review new technical means of catering in field conditions, and they will have some module containers, and that will increase mobility of the units and the quality of food preparation. Also, they develop and modernize and procure technical means at the enterprises. Now there are state testing of automobile cistern of fuel on CRES automobile basis with increased volume of cistern and better cross-country power. Also, they reviewed the organization of laundry and shower facilities to organize laundry, and they also provided some special laundry complexes that can be brought by different kind of transport. Marines of the Armed Forces of Georgia took part in the multinational command staff training Agile Spirit. During 2 weeks, Ukrainian servicemen learned the rules of military actions and carried out tasks in the multinational teams. And the Marines were trained in cooperation. They also were trained how to work with documents, and also they were provided with advice and methodological help while rehearsing the tactics of platoons and their actions in the cities and during raids. Thank you very much. This is the end of press briefing, and the next event is at 11